Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. StrangeNet here. So today we are looking at the Winter Nexus, which has just dropped on Tranquility. So this is the second year that we've had this event. It was my favourite event last year of all the events throughout the year, and I'm hoping this year will be no different. So we also have login rewards, and I think it's roughly 500,000 skill points over 13 days if you are an Amiga account, and 100,000, yeah, just under 100,000 if you are an Alpha account. And again, you've got up to 26 days to collect this, so definitely worth logging in for, especially to pick up them skill points and a few extra skins and bits and bobs. So from there, let's get into some gameplay action. I've been doing some lowsec and nullsec data sites, and we'll see how we get on. So I was the first person into this system, and you can see here, first scoop that I get is 21 million ISK. Now, there are some more anomalies. Obviously, we've got a new guy in local, so I'm slightly wary of this guy, so just keeping a bit of an eye out while continuing to scan for more anomalies. So second site is underway here, still got the same guy in local, and this site yields, according to the rough estimation, 27 million, so I'm quite happy with that after my second go. So I land in the third site to find the Estero here, and I decide that, hell, for a biscuit, I'm going to go and shoot him up, see how I get on. Now, there are a few mistakes here, but all in all, it goes quite well. Initially, taking quite a lot of damage here. I'm getting quite concerned because my shields are disappearing at a rapid rate, but I did potentially forget that I am not shield tanked here. I am armor tanked more than shield tanked, so start to get a bit more confidence that all is going well now that I've realised. And you just see there that my scrambler just happens to get out of range and drops, and I don't notice the fact that it's no longer I've no longer got a point on him, and he does manage to get away, unfortunately. It was a good fight, quite enjoyed it, had me shaking somewhat, I must say. So onwards to the next site. This one doesn't yield quite as much, I only get 13 million ISK from this, which is slightly disappointing, but it does come with a Venture skin, which I don't know if that had any value or not, but all in all, a little disappointing from that one. So hacking away, and you can see here I am leaving a decent gap between me and the can, which does mean I actually have to approach it afterwards, but it will become very apparent very soon why that is. And another 20 million from this can, not bad. So I'm in the next system now, and we can see a guy in here who has a suspect timer. He's got the little yellow skull at the side of his name, so I'm being a bit wary here. I can't find anything on scan, but people do like to cloak up at these sites and wait for the Asteros and the rest of the people to drop in, and then they will pounce on them. So I'm keeping a decent distance from this can again, and the reason for that is so I can cloak if anything does uncloak. Now, it doesn't always work because, again, it depends if they're close enough to you, but you can see here, basically I've clicked the node, started the scan, and clicked scan, and I'm going to have the sun, and you can see that straight away. As soon as he uncloaks, I am off, and that is because he has a penalty to how long it will take him to lock me, and basically if I'm too close to the can, I can't cloak, so I can cloak before he can start locking me. And that way it just gives you a bit of an area to escape should you need to. Because the Estero is obviously aligns pretty quickly. And you can see here, I'm still in the same system. Guy is still in here. His suspect timer has dropped off. I did obviously type in local. And I'm warping to the next site. Now, I am obviously aware, highly aware, that he may have this one bookmarked as well. And that he may obviously be here. So, again, hyper alert. Start the hack, but I'm hoping that, you know, he's just camping the one, and nope, there he is, and again, bang, 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 I'm off, cloak, and that's me out of there before he can get a lock or do anything to me. Now, obviously, if he's closer, my cloak won't activate, but the Estero has a pretty good align time, and I should be able to get out before he can even get close to locking me. Now on this hack, it's a little like when I had the PvP encounter earlier, apart from I am now the person that is being dropped on. So I'm checking scan, I'm a bit paranoid at this point, and basically start the hack. Obviously hoping to crack on, and then out of nowhere the Astero happens to decloak, and I warp away from this while I decide not to engage him. There's a reason for that, and that is because he got the jump on me. He got to decide whether he was going to take that fight, and therefore he probably thought that if I did turn around and try and attack him, that he might win. Now, there's a possibility I may have came out on top in that encounter, but again, I didn't choose the engagement, he did, so he was either trying to scare me, which is what I was trying to do initially with the other Astero, but again, he may have been fitted better for a PvP fit than me. Who knows, but at the time I wasn't willing to risk it and decide that it's easy enough just to warp off and go again. And next can. So at this point my cargo is pretty full, I'm having to drop bits, so I'm going to go back to the station and drop off my 120 odd millions worth of loot, potentially not including the skins, but the skins can be a bit erratic in regards to pricing. So 120 odd million, quite happy with that, so I'm going to go drop this off and then going to go to Nullsec. So the Nullsec filament takes me into Fountain. There's a few in local here, but there's nothing on scan, and it's not something I particularly expect them to be doing, and my first can I get 10 million ISK from. So we jump into the next site, still 2 in local, not really bothered. This one delivers a disappointing 8.5 million ISK. So, third Nullsec site, successfully done. Again, still the same system. These guys don't seem to be giving me any trouble, so I leave them alone, they leave me alone, and I just scan down the signatures, and again 8 million ISK, pretty disappointing. So onward, can number 4, signature number 4, and again pretty disappointing, 6 million ISK. So I think at this point I decide it's time to go home. So from the 4 or so Nullsec sites that I've done, it's made me 40 million ISK plus a few BPCs, but nothing to really shout home about. And this is why I quite enjoy this event, because I can just open up, choose one of the high-sec filaments, and off we go. Unfortunately, I haven't picked up any Nullsec filaments yet, so I've not been able to... low-sec filaments, so I've been trapped with high and null. But again, I'm going to take it back to Jitter and go from there, really. And so with that, that pretty much wraps up my first couple of hours doing the event. 150 million ISK, probably, what, about an hour and a half, so not fantastic ISK, but enough to keep me entertained and happy, and give me a little bit of a thrill along the way with a bit of PvP, me being the predator, other times me being the prey and having to run away and skulk and hide, jumping into Nullsec, where, as I say, I've not been to Fountain in many years, so nice to kind of pop my head in there, say kind of hi, and do some stuff there. And again, straight back, filament back to high-sec, took me to Corzor, I think, and then, what, 8 jumps over back to Jitter. So all in all, quite a nice start to the event. I do obviously expect them to get quite busy in the end as more people do them, and I may try some more of the combat sites, as I really didn't do any of them last year, so it'd be nice to experience some of the combat sites and maybe some of the mining sites, but again, I think they were restricted to mining barges and other stuff, so I might struggle to get in there, but we'll have a look and we'll see where we go. So I hope that was interesting, hope you enjoyed that, a little bit of everything there, a bit of PvE, PvP, and basically a bit of hacking and side scanning. So thanks for your time, thanks for watching, good luck, have fun, and talk to you again soon.